Do you want to increase your chances of winning money at the roulette table? In this video, we'll reveal 10 proven tips from AI's extensive data models to help better your odds against the house. With the help of predictive analytics and simulations, we've uncovered some smart strategies to boost profits in the casino. Tip number 1. Bet on even money bets like red, black, or odd, even. One of the keys to making money at roulette is betting in a way that maximizes your chances of winning over the long run. While every individual spin carries randomness and risk, you can put the overall odds in your favor by making what are called even money bets. These bets are red versus black, odd versus even, and high versus low numbers. They offer the best odds for players with a near 50-50 chance of hitting. That may not seem too exciting, but grinding out small consistent wins with even money bets will put you ahead more often than not. The reason lies in the math. On a standard roulette wheel, there are 18 red slots, 18 black slots, 18 odd numbers, 18 even numbers, and 18 low and high numbers from 118 and 1936. When you bet say black, you have 18 chances to win on the 38 possible outcomes. That gives you an 1838 or 47.37% probability of winning on black, very close to 50-50 odds. Compare that to betting a single number straight up, which only offers a 1 in 38 chance of hitting. While the payout is bigger at 35.1, over time those single number bets will lose far more than even money wagers. Casinos factor in their house edge based on these odds. Even money bets only give the house only a 2.7% edge. That may not sound like much, but it takes billions of spins for that edge to really materialize. As a player, you want to be on the positive side of that edge as often as possible. So in summary, make the even money red-black, odd-even, and high-low bets your bread and butter. Slowly build up your bankroll over time, grinding out those near 50-50 payouts. It may seem boring without huge payouts, but even money bets offer the best probability and will make you money playing roulette in the long run. Tip number 2. Place corner bets on groups of 4 numbers to get a decent 8.1 payout with lower risk. A corner bet gets its name because you place it on the corner intersection where 4 numbers meet on the felt layout. For example, you can bet on the corner of 1, 2, 4, and 5. This single bet covers all 4 numbers. The payout for a successful corner bet is 8-1. That means if you bet $5 and one of your 4 numbers hits, you'd win $40, 8 times your $5 bet. That's a very solid payout. Now you may be thinking, doesn't betting 4 numbers reduce your chances of winning? After all, you're covering more real estate on the layout. Amazingly, this is not the case, because each number has the same 1 in 38 probability. Your odds of hitting any of those 4 numbers is just as likely as hitting 1 number. The benefit of corners is you get paid at 8.1 when you do win, versus the 35.1 payout for straight-up bets. Corners give you a chance at a decent chunk of change without as much risk of losing your entire wager. Statistically, corners offer a 10.53% house edge. Compare that to 5.26% for even money bets that pay 1.1 or massive 7.89% edge on single numbers. In summary, corner bets strike a nice balance. You get a solid 8.1 payout when you hit while reducing volatility compared to single number bets. Corners allow you to potentially grow your bankroll faster than grinding out small even money wins. Utilize them strategically, and corners can be an experienced roulette player's best friend. Tip number 3. Utilize the Martingale System. The Martingale System is a betting strategy designed to recover losses by essentially doubling down after each loss. Here's how it works. Let's say you bet $5 on black and lose. On the next spin, you would bet $10 on black. If you lose again, you then bet $20 on the following spin. You keep doubling your bet until you eventually win, which recoups all your previous losses. The key is, you need a big enough bankroll to keep doubling bets after taking multiple losses in a row. The Martingale allows you to remain profitable over time by recovering losses once you finally hit a win. Now, this system may sound foolproof, but it carries major risks if you don't manage it properly. The downside is that losing streaks can quickly escalate your bets to ruinous levels. That's why you must establish a strict loss limit before playing. as well as a max bet amount you'll reach before stopping Martingale. For example, you might decide your max bet is $100 and quit Martingale if you lose 10 spins in a row. The bottom line is Martingale can rapidly recover losses, but use it cautiously, as chasing losses with doubles can backfire fast. Have the discipline to walk away if you keep missing your color. Know when to turn off Martingale before digging a hole too deep. Employ the system strategically, not emotionally. And remember, no betting system will completely overcome the house edge. But intelligent use of Martingale can boost winnings. Just be sure to practice responsible betting and stick to predefined loss limits. Tip number 4. The D'Alembert System, a safer alternative to the Martingale. Increase your bet by 1 after a loss and decrease it by 1 after a win. The D'Alembert System is a betting strategy that can help manage your bankroll and risk. It's considered a safer alternative to the popular but aggressive Martingale system. For example, let's say you start with a $5 bet and lose your first spin. You'd then bet $6 on the next spin. If you win that $6 bet, you'd decrease back down to $5 for the next spin. But if you lost again, you'd increment up to $7. A win at $7 would bring you back down to $6, and so on. You essentially zigzag your bet size up and down based on the last outcome while chasing losses. The idea is that by slightly raising your bet, you'll recoup losses while minimizing major swings in bet sizing. Contrast this to Martingale, where losses double aggressively. D'Alembert also allows wins to reduce your bet size, protecting profits. And you aren't locked into a set doubling progression like Martingale demands. While not foolproof, D'Alembert provides another loss recovery option that may fit your bankroll and temperament better than Martingale. Just be sure to set a loss limit and max bet so you don't find yourself endlessly chasing bad luck. The bottom line is, D'Alembert allows flexibility to tailor your betting progression based on wins and losses. By making smaller measured increases after losses, it helps recover money without over-aggressiveness. Consider incorporating it among other strategies to manage your roulette bankroll. Tip number 5. Study the wheels for biases. Due to imperfections, wheels can favor certain numbers or sectors. Track results over time to detect patterns and biases. Refine your bets accordingly. Roulette wheels may seem perfectly random, but in reality, they can develop mechanical biases that favor certain numbers. As wheels get used over time, imperfections like off-center shafts, loose pockets, and unbalanced wear can skew where the ball lands. Professional gamblers actually keep track of results from wheels to detect any significant biases emerging. Some even carry mobile apps to record spins and analyze data for patterns. For example, a wheel may start showing that 8 hits more than statistically expected over thousands of spins. Why? Maybe the 8 pocket is slightly deeper than others, or the wheel decelerates more smoothly in that section. Whatever the reason, observant players can detect these biases by logging results and looking for numbers hitting more frequently than they should. Other clues involve noticing that certain sectors of the wheel, like say the high numbers, hit more often. Once a significant bias is identified, players can refine their betting to take advantage of the edge. They may start exclusively betting sections or specific numbers showing a propensity to hit. Of course, wheel biases come and go. As casinos rotate and service wheels, advantageous patterns can disappear. You have to continually track results and adjust as necessary. The takeaway is that wheels are not perfect randomizers. Subtle mechanical flaws can emerge that shift the odds if you're paying close attention. Put in the work to detect biases, then leverage them strategically before they fade away. It's one way to beat the house at their own game. Tip number 6. Avoid gut instinct bets. Stick to the math and track results. Don't make impulse bets based on feelings or previous spins. Take emotions out of it. It's tempting when playing roulette to make bets based on intuition or hunches. You may get a feeling that a certain number is due to hit soon or want to chase previous losses with bigger bets. But seasoned roulette players know it's critical to remove emotion and rely solely on mathematical strategy. Each spin is an independent event, unaffected by what came before it. Streaks are bound to occur, both hot and cold. The wheel has no memory. So trying to predict future spins based on patterns or gut instinct only ends up hurting players over the long run. That's why you should stick to defined betting systems and bankroll rules. Track data like previous spins, but only to mathematically inform bets, not emotionally react. Set stop losses and win goals ahead of time so you aren't influenced by how a session is trending. It takes discipline and stamina to play roulette profitably over the long term. Letting emotions dictate strategy leads to overbetting, chasing losses, and breaking from the plan. Staying consistent gives you the best probability even when luck turns negative. Focus on making logically informed bets spin after spin. Be systematic about bet size increases, spreads, and walkaway points. Don't go on tilt and stray from the numbers. Take breaks when needed to clear your head. While roulette involves chance, removing feelings and relying strictly on math tilts the odds back in your favor. Stay robotic with each bet and avoid the pitfalls of impulsive wagering. Emotions cause deviation from strategy and proven profits. Tip number 7. Learn dealer signature spins that are more predictable and bet accordingly when that dealer is working. While the outcome of any roulette spin is technically random, some dealers fall into habits that make certain spins more predictable. Identifying and capitalizing on these dealer signature spins can give savvy players an extra edge. Some dealers, especially in smaller casinos, get into a rhythm of unconsciously spinning the ball and wheel in very similar ways. They release the ball with the same force, in the same direction, at the same point around the wheel. Over time, players may notice that this leads to predictable outcomes. For example, one dealer's signature spin might cause the ball to regularly land in the high numbers, or their spins favor the left side of the wheel. Observant gamblers keep mental track of these tendencies when certain dealers are working the tables. They'll then place strategic bets to take advantage of the biased results those dealers frequently produce. Of course, dealers rotate in shifts and the signatures are often subtle. You have to put in long hours meticulously tracking wheel motions and outcomes when different staff are present. But doing so can reveal advantageous quirks. Whenever you spot a dealer with a signature spin that seems to regularly yield certain numbers or sections, take notes. Only bet those zones when that dealer is on duty. Their unconscious bias can give you a slight mathematical edge over the house. Tip number 8. Never buy insurance bets like 0 and 0. The house has a massive edge on these novelty bets. One temptation when playing roulette is to make sucker bets like insurance wagers on 0 and 0. While they pay out huge at 35.1, the odds are heavily stacked against the player on these bets. Avoid them if you want to play profitably. The 0 and 0 bets are on the green numbers on the wheel and table layout. They represent the house edge, giving the casino its advantage. When the ball lands on 0 or 0, all other bets lose. Tip number 9. Avoid alcohol. It impairs judgment. Have your full focus and arithmetic skills to maximize earnings. Roulette requires sharp mental acuity and discipline to play optimally over the long run. Alcohol and drinking impairs your judgment and focus, making it harder to implement optimal betting strategies. For best results, avoid alcohol when playing roulette. When your mind is fuzzy and reaction times dulled from drinking, it becomes much easier to stray from proper bet sizing, risk management, and walkaway rules. Emotions can take over and lead to reckless betting and chasing losses. While a drink or two may not seem like a big deal, even mild impairment can negatively sway outcomes over the long haul. For your best chance at profits, avoid drinking alcohol when playing roulette. Stay sharp, focused, and stick to the plan. Tip number 10. Know when to walk away. Have predetermined stop loss and win goals for each session. Don't let greed lead to giving back profits after hitting your target. One of the biggest keys to winning at roulette is knowing when to walk away and stop playing. The worst thing you can do is give back profits after hitting a predetermined win goal for the session. Greed leads to poor decisions. That's why every time you sit down at a roulette table, you must set a specific dollar amount that will be your stop-loss limit, as well as a higher total that will be your win goal. Write these amounts down and stick to them. For example, you might set a loss limit of $200 and decide you'll stop playing once you're up $500 for that session, regardless of how hot you're running. When you reach either point, walk away immediately. It takes a lot of mental discipline not to chase losses or try to score bigger wins when the wheel is hot. But extending play is precisely how people give back hard-earned profits. Those extra spins won't be in your favor. Adhere strictly to your boundaries. Don't get caught up in the excitement when winning. Protect those earnings. And if you hit your stop-loss limit, call it quits. You'll just dig a deeper hole by trying to recoup it within the same session. And those are 10 AI-powered tips to increase your odds and earnings potential at the roulette table. Remember to manage your bankroll wisely, capitalize on hot streaks, and know when to walk away. Don't let emotions sabotage your strategy. With the right approach, roulette can be beaten over the long haul. While the spins are random, using data and math to inform your bets gives you a calculated advantage. Implement these tips consistently to minimize losses, maximize wins, and grind out steady profits over time. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more AI-generated gambling advice and strategies. Keep winning smart with artificial intelligence by your side.